Welcome back to the Fantasy Football TokeNCast. I'm your host, World Domination, here with Mr. Cody Pryor.
Hey, I suck at fantasy football. I can't win. I can't even make it to playoffs. I'm garbage.
I mean, I kind of feel the same way. I also did not make it to playoffs. I had a nice little comeback run, won a few in a row. Team's starting to kind of show up, but it's too late. It's over. It's over. It's all over.
You know what? Honestly, I because of last year, we had one extra week. So I thought if I could just beat Alex, I still had a chance of making playoffs. So when I look at it and it's like says round 1 next to the thing,
week 13.
Yeah,
13.
It threw me the fuck off. I was like, wait, no, it's over. Yeah. It's over.
I mean, the one downside, and we talked about this, the one downside of changing our playoff championship from week 17 to week 16 is that you get one less week of fantasy fun.
Yeah, but it's still fine. I would rather that than
it's
make it
better
to playoffs and my stars get set.
I mean, it's definitely
in the championship,
yeah.
and I don't even
ending
get to
on
fucking
16 is better. Just because, exactly. You don't have to worry about. I mean, that whole thing of like your stars sitting and stuff in the championship sucks. That just shouldn't exist at all, you know. So
no, yeah, that literally ruins the entire. That's the most devastating thing ever.
Like somebody who got you there isn't going to play in the championship? Like, no way.
Yeah, because they don't need him to because they've already got it. They're already in the
timing
playoffs.
is shitty.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Okay, so, well, you know, we actually kind of took a week off, didn't we?
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving kind of. We took a moment of silence for all of the Native Americans that were killed in the founding of this country.
Represent.
You know, I hate pilgrims. I don't fuck with pilgrims. But I do fuck with America. I have no choice to.
Yeah, it was.
But a lot of people died for us to be a country, and I got to give them a tip of the hat.
A lot of people died.
Tip of the hat to everyone who we murdered.
An insane amount of people died.
Yeah, for me to have Starbucks on every corner.
Like the hundreds of millions of people that lived here, and then it just got twiddled down to like a tiny amount.
Yeah, it is. That just really brought down the whole tone of the
podcast.
podcast.
On a more positive note about fantasy football, after Thanksgiving, we are back in action. Playoffs are here.
Playoffs.
So we're
Congrats.
not going. Yeah, we're not.
Congrats to the teams, the 4 teams that made it.
It was
obviously Almer and Leslie. Almer in first, Leslie in second, but not by much. I think their records are the same because I beat Almer for the second time this year. You can't beat me, Almer. You're lucky I didn't make it to the playoffs.
He's got your number.
Bet your ass.
He's got your number, bitch.
I would have sank you in the fucking ship.
You done, bitch?
You would have been done. So you better count your fucking blessings that Travis Kelce and fucking Jared Goff came to play on a fucking Monday night because I would be coming for you, bro.
Gotcha, bitch. Yeah, so Almer and Leslie made it through. We all knew that was going to happen. They had excellent records.
Yeah.
But, you know, the other 2 spots.
Yeah, the league meme, Keith Latham, actually getting third. He's making playoffs. He's striding right into playoffs. Ready? He's in contingency. He could win the whole thing.
I mean, Keith's sitting at 8-4 this season. He's in 3rd place right now in the standings. He's got some great players. But he's also got some players where, as he mentioned on Facebook just today, you wouldn't know who the fuck these guys were if you had asked him about it 8 months ago or whatever. He does, but you know what? That's true for a lot of people.
That's called playing.
That's fantasy, though.
Game.
That is fantasy because you got to. Hey, you're picking up dudes all the time, and sometimes they're just a better start.
If I would have maybe adapted to the situations I had like he did, maybe I'd be sitting.
Maybe you'd be in 3rd place
for sure.
Right. Yeah,
I mean that's how you do it.
He's definitely
not everyone can just fucking pick up Todd Gurley and just literally like leisurely stroll into the playoffs like it doesn't mean anything.
Well, I mean nobody's picking up Todd Gurley. The only way you're getting Todd Gurley are if you are lucky in the draft position that year to be able to get Todd Gurley, which is
it's almost like this game that we play
or
is all luck.
No. Or B, and I'm just throwing it out there, Token League. Or B, you play an auction draft instead of a snake draft where any person in the league can get Gurley. If you want Gurley, you can get Gurley, Cody.
Yeah.
Anybody can get Gurley. You just got to be willing to pay for him, just like our fab bids every single waiver pickup.
Yeah, I really think that the fab has been almost.
I mean, it's the exact same thing.
Almost
same thing.
Grooming our league to be able to accept.
I mean, it's the same thing.
The auction.
When you're drafting, it's the same kind of bid thing. It's just kind of in real time instead of like that delay thing. But it's the exact same thing. If you want Gurley, you can pay for him. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it.
I am kind of old. I'm kind of done with snake drafts. It's something I accept, but like I would take something new. I like how we evolve.
I mean, you know how like Fab is just a better waiver system than what we were doing before it. Before I mean, the waiver order beforehand is just better, right? It's the same kind of thing. Like it is a little bit longer. It's a little bit longer.
Commissioner bias.
I am a bias.
He wants.
I can have an opinion. I can have an opinion. You know.
He wants to auction on human beings.
No, we throw out votes. I throw out votes. You know how I do votes, dog.
Yeah.
I'd be doing
democracy.
I'd be doing votes. Okay. So we're not talking about week 12. However, we are talking about playoffs. Week 13 coming up.
Yep.
Wait, do you want to talk about some of the 6-6 craziness before we get into the previews?
Oh yeah, I guess that is insane. 14. This is the first time we've had 4 teams tie at 6-6.
Because after Keith's record. It's insane. So who got the 4th spot? Who got the magical 4th spot?
Travis.
Correct. Travis, out of all, there are a bunch of 6-6 teams in the league. Okay, a bunch of 6-6 teams. Guys, we got good teams in the league. They're struggling. They played some weird weeks. Whatever, 6-6 is not bad at all. But there's a bunch of them. Yeah. And the only one who squeaked through into the playoffs.
He probably wishes he was here to be able to talk about it because he just climbed through the mud and muck.
Even though
all the bullshit.
I'll just throw out there, even though the Travis did make playoffs in week 12, I happened to destroy Travis 122 to 100. But that's neither here nor there, is it, Travis?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not here. I'm just saying.
Right. Couldn't do it early enough for it to matter.
You're right. It's the truth. But anyway, Travis made it to the playoffs. So congrats to Travis, because we also have Alex, who has, I think, arguably the best receiving unit in the league. Yeah. We also have Kody, whose team is also 6-6, and is definitely in the mix on any given week.
I fought, and Keith just laughingly, just he said, "You know what? It's not your time. It's my time." And he just dashed my dreams.
He did. He
didn't deserve that win.
You.
He knows it.
He got you.
He said, "I'll take it." Like, haha, fuck you. Your whole fucking year is bullshit. You know. Yeah. I love it though. It's fine. You deserve to make playoffs. But I'm just saying, we both could have been there if you wouldn't have if you just could have sat Travis Kelce for me. Just do me a favor. Maybe we both would have been in the fucking playoffs. Maybe we could have drank to that.
It's only 4 make playoffs on our league. It's pretty ruthless.
Brutal.
So Travis made it in, even though Alex and Kody have the same record, and also Sarah, also sitting at 6-6, had the exact same record as everybody else.
Which is like, what?
I mean,
Sarah, you did it this year.
6-6.
You were a contender this year.
Yeah, Sarah's sitting there. You know, I mean, I'm right there on her heels, but at the same time, she's got a solid team. You know, her starting team with Tyreek Hill's been killer all year. Drew Brees has been good this year, right? So her running backs are soft, but
yeah, it really helps whenever you don't pick up Dak Prescott in the second round, first pick of the second round. That really, really helps. Like you got 3 wins. She had
a good draft.
She had a good draft.
She had a good draft this year, and it shows because she's in the middle of the table. You know,
right? You got to come to the draft focused, sober, prepared. And I mean, we all did that.
Debatable. That's definitely debatable on multiple points there, but nevertheless. She didn't make playoffs either, even going 6-6 like the rest of them, and I'm sitting there right behind her.
But that means that the race for the 5th place money is on.
Oh, the race for the 5th place money is 100% on because Brian has also crept back up to 5-7. He's made a little comeback, so he's at 5-7. I'm at 5-7. I crept up to 5-7. So we're on the heels of those 6-6 teams, and so the race to get at least half our money back is on. But nevertheless, to talk a little bit about fucking playoffs, what's going down in the playoffs? Yeah, you want to pour it up.
We're pouring shots.
Kody, we're just going to work over here. I'm moving on to playoffs. Kody, thank you, sir, for the. That's fine. Yeah, just thank you. Let's go. Okay, hey, what's going on, Kody? Who are you playing week 13, dog?
I'm playing Alex for this. He didn't even realize we were rivals grudge match.
I mean, you're both 6-6 teams. This is definitely a big deal because
we sat across from each other at the draft, so I feel like this.
Oh shit! You stared him in the eyes as he chose his.
There's nothing on the table for me. I love 5th place money, but it's about reputation at this point. It's about week to week winning
and the best possible record you do, like salvaging you want a positive record. You know what I mean? Like you're 6-6, you're teetering at the brim of who you want to be. You want to be like an average to above average team at least, even if you're not like great, or do you want to be like one of those teams? You don't want to be one of those teams. No. And so he's feeling the same way.
You also don't want to be one of those teams that gives up. Because nothing loses the respect for the rest of the league whenever somebody just cashes in. And I'm the guy who's always like messaging Travis, bro, I fucking quit. fuck fantasy football. I'm not
It's
even
just
playing
a bad week.
But that's just me, and that's how
You always
I
get over
deal
it.
with that.
You always
shit.
get
I
over
always
it.
do. 'Cause
It's like a process.
The next week, I'll stomp
It's
Armor
like
for the
you
second time in the year, and it fucking makes me feel great.
You go through it, and then you rebound back up. But I mean, so look, you have the projection here. He's at like 98. You're at 111, and I'm not gonna lie. I think that Alex has some of the best receivers at maybe anybody in the league. However, I don't think Aaron Rodgers has been that great. I think he's kind of disappointed with Aaron Rodgers compared to, example, you paid $1 for, right? Was it $1
Yeah.
for Matt Ryan, who's been like a top
Number 3. He's 3 right now, but
Jesus.
he's been 2 most of the
He's
season.
been really fucking good. I mean,
Him
obviously,
and Pat have been back.
he's got an amazing receiving core as well. So it's like I think you definitely made out like a bandit there with Matt Ryan. We should have paid a
Especially
little
when I
more
put
for him.
how much I put into Carson Wentz and the fact that I was really riding his dick in the beginning of the year, and he's been okay. But I've seen multiple teams pick him up and drop him because he's just meh.
I think you take this week, Cody.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay, so the next matchup. Dun, 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 dun. Well, we have Aaron Trarig, who's another 5-7 team, just like
He's had a good year. I'm proud of Aaron. I mean, he didn't get to make playoffs or
I think
even,
he had a really good start both
Yeah.
last year and really this year. He had a good
he
start
needs to
too.
figure
But
out why that keeps
just
happening.
like Brian, just like myself, he kind of fizzled out this season. I really like Aaron's. I think Aaron had a really strong draft in terms of he went at receiver, which I thought was really smart for the guys who were available to him. He got Devontae Adams and Julio Jones, both of whom have been.
Yeah, that's dope.
I mean, if those are your receivers,
Yeah,
super
you're not-
fucking,
you're not
you're
sad.
happy as hell about
Yeah, you're not
that
sad.
every single week. So like, I'm not worried about that. But he's playing this week, Brian. Both these teams are 5-7 teams. They both really want that win to try to creep back up to even. You're trying to, you know what I mean? You're trying to get back to even.
Right.
So they're both 5-7. Aaron's at 106 projection with Brian at 103 projection at the moment. So it's going to be a close one. Who do you think takes it?
Yeah, I mean, I have faith in Brian because he's the old school. So I think that Brian's gonna teach Aaron a little youngin lesson.
I don't know, man. Cody, I know you're saying that, but I'm looking at. I mean, Kirk Cousins.
I like underdogs.
Drake and Deion Lewis both his running backs are inconsistent, but both have definitely put up 20 plus days. Like, and he's got Adams and Jones, and I could see.
Yeah, I would love to have Brian explain his team and what he thinks has gone wrong this season.
I think Brian,
Because everyone would love to have Melvin Gordon.
even though Aaron's projected higher, I do actually think Brian might take this. One, because Nick Chubb's been really good. Two, because
he's keeping Nick
Amari
Chubb
Cooper's
next year.
been really good.
He's keeping Nick Chubb for sure next year.
Nick Chubb's been really good. Also, Brian's playing Ebron, and Jack Doyle's now on IR. He's gone. So
Yeah,
Ebron's
baby hands.
what happened last time when Jack Doyle was out and Ebron was the only tight end? He was scoring touchdowns, like 2 touchdowns every fucking game. It was insane. So that's probably gonna happen again because the Colts like to throw to the
It's
tight
because he
end.
doesn't have little baby hands.
Ebron's a big man now. I'm not saying
man.
so. Aaron's playing Jared Cook, who's also who else are they going to throw to? I don't know. Jared Cook's probably a good play too, especially against the Chiefs. So that's not a bad play at all. But Ebron's probably going to have a good day. This is going to be a close one. But who do you got?
You know what? Actually, I want to change
I wouldn't
to
be
Aaron.
surprised if Aaron won.
I want to change to Aaron.
I really wouldn't.
Aaron, you're gonna win this.
Devontae Adams and Julio Jones are so fucking good. Yeah, here, you take Aaron, I'll take Brian. Just we'll keep it even that way.
Cool.
It's civil. Okay. Well, next matchup, we got Miranda, who's at the bottom of the table. I'm sorry, Miranda.
Fighting to not get that fucking
Yeah,
toilet.
she's fighting.
She doesn't want that toilet.
She's fending off the toilet at 3-9, the only team with 3 wins, and going against the second to last team and her
S.O.
loving spouse, Mr. Chris Lang, at 4-8. He's got one
I
more
would
win.
hate to be in that house this week.
It's probably pretty salty in there.
Yeah, it probably
We
is.
should. Yeah,
There's the we didn't make it to playoffs. Weren't even in contingency salt, and then there's the we're playing each other salt.
Again, fending off the toilet salt is different than
Yeah,
I didn't make playoffs salt.
That's if you haven't had the toilet, it is an experience.
It's
you haven't
humbling.
had.
It's humbling.
It's very humbling, especially when you get it the year after you won the title. It's very humbling. It's like, oh wait, I'm not shit. I just had a good year.
Had a
last
shitty
year,
year, or
and now I had a shitty year.
It happens to everybody.
The ebbs and flows. There
Everybody.
are fans. I don't believe in God, but I believe in the fantasy gods. They're out there, and I think they pick somebody to fuck with
Everyone is at the mercy
Yeah, they are.
of the old gods.
The old gods
and the new. Okay, so Who do you think is Chris going to take this, or is Miranda going to even it up and finally get her 4th win, or is Chris going to continue this domination and squarely put Miranda into toilet territory? Miranda has
I think Miranda's got this.
She has a projection by about 10 points. 11 points.
I think she's got this. Her team shouldn't be.
I like her Winston play this week. I like her Eckler play this week.
I feel like her out of everyone shouldn't have as bad a record as she.
I think Miranda has the second best receiving, or arguably best receiving unit.
She's got a good team.
Between Juju, Brandon Cooks, and Odell.
And she got Juju in almost undrafted, maybe.
I really like that receiving core. And it's interesting because Chris is apparently playing Carlos Hyde this week because when Fournette is not playing, he's an idiot. He tried to punch that dude or whatever. He's out this week. But Carlos Hyde's an interesting play. Do you think he's going to do well? I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, Hyde's only ever disappointed me, but he blows up against me. So.
I've not heard of this guy's name in my entire life.
What is it?
Chris is tight end. From Denver.
Lacrosse?
Do you know who that guy is?
No.
I have no idea who that guy is.
Let's guess what his name is.
Does he play lacrosse?
Lacrosse. Probably not.
His name is Lacrosse, but he plays football.
Yeah, and his first letter is
that
M.
Just ain't, that just ain't right.
Michael Lacrosse?
Wait, it's M. Lacrosse?
M. Lacrosse.
His name is Lacrosse, so I'm going to say... You said Michael?
Yeah.
How many other M options do I have?
There's Mitchell. There's Mikkel.
Melvin.
Oh, Melvin Lacrosse. Oh,
sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound good?
Is that what you're going with?
Sure, why not?
All right, let's take a look. Matt.
Oh, how do we miss Matt?
Lacrosse. That's so. It just rolls right off the tongue.
How do we not at least guess Matt though? Because that's a pretty.
No, I thought I had it locked down with Michael.
That's a strong guess.
Michael's one of the most used U.S. names in.
Oh yeah, you're completely right on that. Okay, so we talked about Aaron and Brian. We talked about Chris and Miranda. We talked about you and Alex. Now, let's talk about. This is a really important one. Keith and Leslie.
Yeah, this really is because Leslie's had her head in the clouds. I'm sure all season she's been so ecstatic. I haven't got to live with her, but I bet that it's probably emasculating to.
Yeah, I find
because she's doing a great job, but
it's pretty great.
It could get all taken away right here.
It's pretty great.
Keith could come in and just snatch, just like she snatched my hopes and dreams. He could snatch hers. He's the
dream
Krampus.
Snatcher.
He's like
the Krampus.
He's like the fantasy Krampus.
The fantasy Krampus, Keith. You hear that?
And he will eat your babies.
Well, Tuna's calling it out, calling it like it is.
I'll say right now, I haven't even looked at the lineups, but Keith's gonna knock you out of fucking playoffs because the fantasy gods want it.
I feel like you feel like it's Keith's destiny right now to win this shit. It's
especially after what he did to me.
He's on
that was a miracle,
a divine mission to.
I was 25 points. No, I was I was 50 points ahead of him on a Monday night. He had 2 players to go. I'm 50 fucking points ahead.
And he came
you look
back.
at that, and you're like, I don't even need to watch the game.
Who did he
I'm
have?
gonna go to sleep early.
Did he have a quarterback?
He had Travis Kelce, and Jared Goff.
Okay, we'll get Goff. Of course, he's going to get 30 points. And Kelsey's going to get 15 points.
That's exactly what they got 25, 30, and 20. And it was like...
That happens, man. They're really good.
He didn't just beat me by a couple points either. He sealed the deal. Man, it was 7 points.
You know what, Cody? You know who you can blame for this whole thing? I was supposed to buy Jared Goff on the waiver wire. I had a high bid for him. I spent a lot of money.
Ricky.
Listen to me. I had a high bid for him, okay? We've talked about this in the past. Keith had a lower bid than me. I would have had him. Just fine. It would have avoided your issue. But apparently, Keith had a conversation that I wasn't unaware of with Brian at some point.
Those sneaky fucks.
So Brian wasn't even going for Goff at all, but Keith thought Brian was, and so he raised it by $1. And that one thing killed my bid.
It killed my playoffs.
And he got
Goff. You killed my playoffs.
Since then, Keith has been on a comeback from hell with Jared Goff, and I was supposed to have him all because of this stupid interaction, and I should have bid more money.
This offseason, I'm coming like the Punisher. I feel like y'all murdered my family. I'm coming at everybody who cost me my playoff run, and I'm fucking putting them in the ground.
Okay, so you say Keith's going to win this, but I got to tell you, the projections say Keith's at 110 and Leslie's at 129.2.
She always gets projected 130 points. She doesn't always get it.
I don't know, man. She's got... Wait a minute. Is Diggs playing? Is he hurt or some shit? I thought I saw something about Diggs.
No one's energy is big dicker than Keith's right now.
Well, I don't know. He's playing some. I will say some home run. Look at his team. He's playing some home run guys right now. If Diggs plays for her, that's excellent. Obviously, Ertz is killing it. Cam Newton's killing it. Kamara's killing it. Mixon's killing it. DJ Moore's killing it.
Kamara's sickeningly good.
Galladay's killing it because now Marvin Jones is on IR, so Galladay's like the guy there because Tate's gone. So she's got a good team. Will Lutz and the Rams defense. She's getting Talib back this week. We'll see. I think she's got a good chance of winning, but Keith could show up. You never know in this shit.
I feel if I'm not backing Keith this season, I mean, I feel like all 4 people in the playoffs deserve the championship.
His team is definitely good
for
enough.
different reasons.
But
Armour deserves it because he's always a competitor. He's always in the conversation.
He is.
Leslie
always,
is like the first woman to be in our playoffs. I think.
I don't know.
I think she's the first woman to make playoffs. And, I mean, not that that's a
thing.
Her
team's about to destroy.
Not that that's a thing, but, I mean, like, this is boys' club. It's football.
Is that Torrey Smith?
You're making us look like a bunch of little boys. And that's cool, so you deserve to win. Travis deserves to win because that motherfucker puts 200 hours into the offseason into fantasy. He's made more money off of this than anybody else that is playing with us. And he deserves to get recognition in our league, the one that's all reputation and very little money. He deserves that. Keith is the previous commissioner and deserves it. He's getting fucked like 3 or 4 years in a row.
Keith and Travis both have
us
definitely
playing fantasy football originally was probably Keith's idea. I don't even know, but it's like him not having a title is almost a shame.
There's just so much luck involved.
Yeah, it really is.
But anyway, so who thinks Keith's gonna get it or Leslie? You said
Keith.
Okay. Well, I think Leslie's gonna win. Sorry, Keith.
If I don't get to go to playoffs, it should be for something.
Keith, I will say it's really interesting because Keith's playing Adams, and I think that's a great play. I think he's going to have a great game. He's playing Traquan Smith, which is interesting. That's going down tonight against Dallas. He's also playing Ellington, which is, I guess, now the number 2 receiver for the Lions. I don't fucking know, but I think that's a sneaky play. Yes. He definitely has a chance, but we'll see. So the second to last matchup here. This is Travis in the playoffs once again. Another year for Travis in the playoffs versus Amr, who's been with Leslie destroying the league all season.
Here's another situation where Amr's been strutting. I know you've taken all your clothes off and walk around your fucking bedroom just strutting, bro, because you're marching. You've been marching this whole fucking
draft.
Year.
Won a killer draft.
Great draft, great fucking pickups.
And great waiver pickups.
You killed Philip Lindsay. You killed Josh Gordon for
he doesn't even have a kicker. He has no kicker.
He's been playing. I feel like he has
no kicker.
He just doesn't even need kickers.
He's not even playing a kicker right now, and he's still projected. Oh my goodness.
He doesn't even need a kicker.
He has no kicker in his position, and he's still projected 118 to Travis's 106.
Yeah, if I had to pick someone who's going to the ship, going to probably win, it's him. And it's like
his team is really good.
I think that if everyone needs to learn a lesson in fantasy,
be more aggressive.
It's Travis.
Be more aggressive.
but I mean, here's another lesson. Travis beats him, knocks him right out.
I could totally see that.
And that shows you that, it doesn't
happens.
matter what the fucking whole season is because this is where it's all at.
You know what I'll say on that, though? Is that if Travis does beat him this week and Travis does make it through, I will say because of the way our league is structured, he deserves that because he's going to have to play him again and he's going to have to beat him again. And if he does beat him again over 2 weeks, if you beat someone over 2 consecutive weeks, you deserve that shit. Even if his team has been crushing it all year. My first year, 2013, I drafted Peyton Manning. And people gave me shit because I reached for him because I was a total fantasy noob.
We thought you were just named.
I was a noob.
Picking up because he's on Papa John's commercials.
That's because I was. But you know what? He threw, let me tell you, 55 touchdowns that year. And I benefited from every single one.
He had a game that was like 63 points. It was something retarded.
And I went 11-2. Okay, 2013, my first fantasy year. And when it came to playoffs, you know what happened? I got fucking crushed. And so it was all for naught. In this format we have now, we've improved it over time. Now, that doesn't really happen. Those flukes, if you are the better team over the second week, you will probably defeat them. And the best team survives. So you know what? Depending if on Travis wins this week and he gets all the way through again next week, he really does deserve it. But I got to say, Amr with both Mahomes and Gurley and Aaron Jones and Michael Thomas and Josh Gordon. Oh, my God.
Yeah, ask him if he can beat me, though.
And Chicago's defense.
So it can be done, Travis.
Do you realize
everyone who's scared of Amr's team, I have never been beaten by them. Every time we've come together, I send him packing down the street. I said, "Not today, little boy." So you can do it too, Travis.
He can.
You can fucking do it.
Travis. Okay, Phillip Rivers is gonna have a great week. Okay, he's got David Johnson. He's probably gonna have a good week. Ingram, I'm to be determined on whether he has a good week tonight against the Dallas defense. We'll find out. I don't know. James White's been
Dallas defense is so hard to predict.
They've been really, really good, but I don't know. We'll find out.
I feel like they just decide, hey, this week we're just gonna have donuts for breakfast.
I mean,
they don't
the Saints offense is really good. I'll just say that.
At least there's a rivalry there. I saw a meme that was talking about how back whenever Katrina happened, all the kids that were in New Orleans, they came to Dallas. There was a lot of refugees in Dallas.
Oh, really?
And they said it was like a war zone because the rivalry between Dallas and New Orleans, and then they all come moving into our state.
Yeah, but the fact that they, at the end of the day, still came together.
Ninth Ward hooligans.
If they still came together and supported one another at the end of the day, even though they hated each other's sports teams, it still tells you the bottom line, doesn't it?
Right.
You know, you got to be there for your homies.
Yeah, you got to.
It's all love.
Yeah.
Okay, so Travis versus Amr. You say Travis wins this.
Nothing against Amr or Leslie. I'm an underdog fan.
I love Travis, but I think Amr takes that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, realistically, and Travis probably is thinking the same thing.
I mean,
if I can speak for Travis, he's not expecting to win this. He's probably happy he got to playoffs.
Travis's team was, from the get-go, a late-blooming bombshell. And you knew that his team was going to be kind of shitty at first because he had, Ingram, who was completely worthless until like week 5. And then he also had like Baldwin, who was injured and didn't do shit for like the first half of the season. And you had Edelman, who was suspended for the first whatever amount of time. He had a lot of guys that weren't coming back until recently. But now his team is on fire, firing on all cylinders. So Travis could take it. We'll find out. But it's over 2 weeks, like I said. So may the best man win.
Hell yeah.
The last matchup on our slate, the last one we'll talk about today for Week 13 previews. Is my matchup, okay? And like I said, I had one unfortunate loss. I'm sitting at 5-7. I could be 6-6, but I lost.
We could have a 5-way tie.
I lost by 0.1, Cody.
Who'd you lose to?
0.1.
Keith?
I lost to Keith by 0.1.
Yeah.
Of course it's to Keith because Keith beat me every season.
He's been destroying
I've ever played everybody. But
year.
by 0.1 is the first time my whole family. I've lost by 1. I've lost by 2. I've never lost by 0.1. It was the first for me. But I'm sitting at 5-7. I'm going against Sarah at 6-6. Hoping to get my 6th win and at least bring even on the end of the season, get some of my money back. So we'll see what happens this week. Sarah, this is for not trading with me all year. Even before the season, I sent you fair trades. Sarah, you're going down this week. We'll see.
And this is for everyone who you didn't trade for. We're all hoping that Ricky beats you.
I have 112 projection to her 106 or 105 projection.
That's pretty close.
I don't feel great about it because she has I love her teams in terms of Tyreek Hill. I love Drew Brees. I love T.Y. Hilton. But at the same time, she's playing Yeldon, and I don't know if Carlos Hyde's going to be better there over Yeldon. We'll find out. That's kind of a mystery. Dalvin Cook has kind of been up and down, so that's a mystery. So I feel like I could take it. But Tyler Lockett for her, I feel like it's a great play. He's been really good this year. And ultimately, I'm playing. What do you think? I'm playing Russell Wilson, Barkley, Michelle, Shady, Keenan Allen, Larry Fitz, Kittle,
Hell yeah,
Butker.
Dude. You got a great team. I think that Sarah's going to beat you.
God damn it, Cody. Why you say that every time? Do you realize every time you've always said the other person this entire... Even Travis gone for me, Leslie's gone for me, even Keith has one's gone for me now.
No, that's bullshit. I asked myself, what would Keith do? In almost every situation.
He's changed. You ask him.
In my entire life, in any situation, not just fantasy, I ask, what would Keith do? He's a mentor. He's one of the people I look up to, and he would not want you to win this. He just wouldn't want you to win ever.
Look, no, that's not true. That was true for earlier in the year, but if you ask him about more recently, it was at least sometime in the last few weeks, he actually rooted for me. He told me in person he stopped. He didn't root against me, and he changed his mind. Although,
all right, so listen to this.
What?
Keith is a better person than me.
God damn it, Cody. You don't want me to be Sarah? You're telling me...
Where Keith said...
You want Sarah to have, like, a good record? Cody, you're cheering for Sarah?
Where Keith said...
Why are you cheering for Sarah over me, Cody?
Keith said he's had enough, and,
You just want me to suffer is what you want?
Keith looks at you as, a little brother
God damn it,
or
Cody.
something like that. So he says, he's had enough. Me... I'm the brother that doesn't ever think those thoughts. I'm gonna keep hammering, and you've won more championships than me, bro. You can fucking go 0-75, and I will never root for you ever again. I love you.
Yeah, okay,
I love you
that's
so
fair.
much,
That's
but
fair.
I don't
That's
want
fair.
you to do good in
God
fantasy.
damn it, that's
Not
fair.
this year. This is the year of humbling.
I
I wanted you to get the toilet.
I'm not getting the toilet for. Damn it!
I wanted you to. I feel like there's still
My
a chance.
team's not that bad.
Mathematically, there's probably still a chance.
It's not happening. No way. It's not happening. Okay, it's not happening. I already have a couple safety wins.
Chris and Miranda tie. And then
I'm not getting it. No, I'm in the middle of the table now. I've clawed my way up. Okay, over the last few weeks, I've clawed my way up out of there. But I think that Leslie has a great shot at taking it. Almar has a great shot at taking it.
Yeah.
Keith has a definite shot at taking it. And if somehow Travis does manage to have like a really good this week or maybe next week, he definitely could do it too. We'll find out.
Right, and I'm really actually happy that I'm not happy ever about not making playoffs. But if I don't make playoffs, you got to do what you got to do, and at least I get to watch the playoffs from an outside, and I get to root for whatever teams, and hopefully it's not just. I mean, Almer is the one who's destined this season to win. But hopefully it's not what it is written in stone. That's what's beautiful about sports in general.
It's crazy.
It's crazy shit happens.
Every week.
And if Travis upsets fucking and comes back and wins the ship,
it does happen.
And it's his first. This would be a good first championship for all four of these people that are in the playoffs. None of them have championships, and all four of them deserve it.
That's true.
In their own ways.
I really like that actually. That's really fun. Now, like it's going to be really special.
No matter what,
it's going to be really special either
Someone's
way.
Someone's going to join the Gold Jacket Club, bro.
I love it.
We get a new Gold Jacket member this
I'm
year,
excited.
bro.
I'm excited. Cody, I'm excited about.
It's just me, you, and Brian. We're very lonely.
We should get some new jacket members. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's why we got to get the rings. We want to make rings. We want to get championship
I saw
rings.
some shit on Amazon where they will make you like a real they have plaques, they have like different rings, they have whatever.
And at first I wanted to do it kind of like the toilet where you pass the ring around, but we'd have to get it resized every year. So I almost want to get like some cheap $30, $45 ring that we can get every year.
They have these plaques where you can put your
the
name on it and
championship.
stuff.
And if you get 3 championships, you get 3 rings.
Oh,
you could even get like a little display case made with
dude,
your
I would
little
love to
rings in
have
it.
3 little rings.
Yeah, that would be so dope. I think that would.
Everybody would. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Everyone would want that. I think.
Even it's a small thing, but it'd be pretty fun.
And it almost we could almost pay for it out of the fund if everyone's willing to maybe adjust the prices a little bit, because I've looked them up. It's $50 we can get token ring.
If everybody did
did
$5, I bet we could do it.
Probably.
Everybody could do $5, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so.
Whatever.
I don't know. We'll talk about it
another time.
sometime.
We'll put a vote to it or something on the group. But anyway, so that's all the previews for Week 13. We've talked about what happened a little bit Week 12, people who made it to playoffs, previewed Week 13, matchups, and talked a little bit. Nothing noteworthy on the waiver wire, right? Really,
No,
at this point in the season.
I think that's dead.
No, trade deadline is probably passed.
That's passed, yeah.
It's passed, so not. There's probably were a couple waiver pickups, but nothing really going on at this point. It's just people getting defenses for playoffs. People maybe if there are any injuries or anything crazy like that. But good luck in your final matchups. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Cody?
No, I pretty much feel like I said it all,
Yeah, it's a good amount of time, I think. It's an awesome episode. Hope you guys have a great time for Week 13 and good luck in your final few weeks of fantasy fun. And we'll get with Travis next time for next week. And I don't know what he usually says. What does he usually say?
Until next time, form the token ring.
That you knew. Oh my God, you straight?
Been a Token Ring production. All music brought to you by Richie Flow. You can find his beats at SoundCloud